Remember, the key to success is working hard. For our country, we must have regard. Forget all your differences, let we start to build. And onward to progress we surely will. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together.
Come, my brother, come, my sister, and let us build Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique together. Yes, we can have our differences. It could be you are a Catholic, maybe a Seventh-day Adventist, maybe a Pentecostal, maybe a Baptist. But we are Grenadians. Maybe you support the NNP. Maybe you support the NDC. We are Grenadians. Maybe you are a vegetarian, a vegan. Maybe you just love ordinary meat and pork. Maybe you eat only fish. Maybe you love, chicken, and your friend love beef. But we are Grenadians. You may have differences from time to time, but once you understand that you are Grenadian, maybe you are straight, maybe you're gay, maybe you're lesbian, maybe you're at the end of the day, we are Grenadians. I don't have to agree with everything that you do. You don't have to agree with everything that I do. You may have your differences, but at the end of the day, we are Grenadians. And we must work to build this place. We must work to transform this place. We must work to make it better for everyone. And that is why I embrace the transformational agenda. You see, with the project where the government is providing indoor bathroom and toilet for our people, for households, they're not looking at your politics. They're not looking at your religion. They're not looking at your sexual orientation. They're not looking at your color, the color of your skin, the color of your eyes. They're looking at the fact that you are in need, and because you're in need, they're providing help for you. So let us come and build this place. This is our home. We can have differences. We are human beings. But when it comes to our country, we must always put it first. That is why I have been speaking very forcefully about the media and what they're trying to do to the image of Grenada, Carriacou, and the Petit Martinique. And they are working surgically to destroy the precious, vibes, the warmth, the niceness, the kindness, the love, the peace, the tranquility that we have in this place. Grenada is one of the safest places in the whole world. Yes, we have our challenges like any other island or country. But when you compare Grenada to the other islands and countries around the world, you will realize that this place is very peaceful. This place is home. It's nice. And more people are coming to that realization as you travel, as you interact, as you mix with different cultures, different people, different place you go, and you realize that Grenada is a gem. This place is wonderful. It's amazing. It's a beautiful place. It's pristine. So I am saying all of this to say to the people who want power so badly that they are doing any and everything to disturb our peace, to cause instability, to rain down on us. You're not succeeding, but I know you will not stop. You will not stop because you want power and you will take power, don't matter how. You don't care if Grenada is, on its knees. But here it is. They're angry because this government, who they call inexperienced, this government has been very good at managing the economy, managing the resources of the state, and delivering to the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. So while they try all kinds of things to damage Grenada, we are seeing more tourists coming to Grenada. We are seeing more revenues being derived from the citizenship by investment program. We are seeing more projects, more programs, and there is a level of continuity. They're not stopping and starting and stopping. No. Things are happening in the country. Roads are being fixed. Yes, they cannot do everything one time. You may want them to do yours or your area, your community now. Right? Schools are being fixed. Schools are being built. Clinics are being fixed. Clinics are being built and stocked. People are being made permanent, regularized. Things are happening. The bi-monthly salary is going good. The minimum wage order is in full swing. People are getting better salaries. Yes, there will be administrative issues. Yes, there will be people who still will complain, then get their raise yet, their increase yet. But you will get it retroactively anyways because you're entitled to it as of January. Right? So I am saying things are working. Things are happening. And all people are innovating. All people are doing things. So instead of staying there and complain, grinding and groaning, because there's nothing you could do to please some of those hardcore NNP supporters. You could try all kind of stuff. There's nothing you could do to please some of the hardcore NNP supporters. They just want their party back in power. So they're going to give trouble until thy kingdom come. Because they know they're not going back there anytime soon. You're looking at a good 10, 15, 20 years in opposition. Because the Grenadian people home and abroad, they fed up with NNP. NNP had their time. They're things of the past, so to speak. Right? They're no longer relevant. They have not upgraded and innovated. They're still ancient. And we're seeing it. So they know that they're going to be there for a very long time. Because this organized NDC, who is focused on developing the country, they're not going to just let go power like this. It's not going to happen. And the people in the diaspora, they are fully on board with the transformation agenda. Right? The folks here in Grenada, don't worry the NNP. They would talk. What you need to do is to travel throughout the country and listen to people. And in Grenada, unlike the other small islands, people vote for leaders, not just for a candidate. So you may not be totally happy with the member of parliament in your area, but what you are happy with is the leader, is the most honorable Deacon Mitchell. Grenadians vote for leaders, not just for the candidate or the person running in that area. When the election time comes, it is Keith Mitchell versus Deacon Mitchell. Or if there is somebody else who, emerge within the NNP or outside of the NNP, because there is serious infighting going on there. Real melee, real bacchanal. And once you have a party in chaos, confusion, bacchanal, fighting among themselves, they can run country. Right? The NNP is a wreck. Is a mess at this point. And it will continue like that until they end up in the center cemetery politically. Just as it's ULP. They would go the same way. So I am saying Grenadians vote for leaders. Grenadians are not merely interested in the member of parliament or the person that the party put up to run in this constituency or that constituency. Because ultimately, it's about the leader. All right? So we must continue to surround ourselves, around the leader, promote, defend, push him constantly so, because he's doing a fantastic job. Because you see, when a person goes to vote, they would say, but wait, who do I want to see as Prime Minister of Grenada? Who do I want to see as the person representing us out there or even here? And that's the question most people would have in their mind. Not just an MP who they're not seeing or an MP who they're not this or that. That's minor. And I understand the politics here in Grenada. All right? But folks, people are doing things. So while the NNP out there complaining, grinding, and groaning, people are doing things. I can give you 2 examples this morning. 2 examples where you had, a young man deciding, boy, look, I love cooking and I will use the mango, I will use the tamarind, and I will make something out of it. Instead of seeing the mangoes fall on the ground and spoil, I would utilize it and make something out of it.
So my name is Samuel Alexander, and I own and operate a business called Ignite Flavors. We are one of the exciting agri-processors on the island, and we offer quite an interesting lineup of sauces. So we have tamarind sauce, which is kind of the iconic sauce. People really love it, they gravitate to it, and we've been seeing good reception from that. And then we also recently introduced our mango sauce, and we've been getting quite good reception from it. As for the journey of Ignite Flavors, we have been on quite an interesting journey. We started during the pandemic, and during the pandemic, we wanted to take a closer look at what Grenada had to offer in terms of fruits, vegetables. We saw a lot of potential in those things, but they were largely untapped. So we wanted to use some of the abundant fruits and vegetables around. Well, tamarind is very abundant on the island, as well as mango. We wanted to harness the potential of those things and create quality products. So while we might not have a large selection, we put that effort into offering quality products, and we build on those that platform of quality, right? So I enjoy cooking by nature. I enjoy entertaining, and my passion for entertaining and seeing people enjoy the experience of food led to experimentation with different sauces. I wanted to give my family the experience of, you know, trying tamarind sauce, trying something new. And I worked on developing it, getting customer feedback over time, fine-tuning the recipes to ensure that, people, like, it would apply to a large range, cross-section of people. And over time, that developed into what we have as Ignite Flavors tamarind sauce and Ignite Flavors man. In get those raw materials early and secure them, so that you can sustain year-round production. As our customer base grows, it becomes more difficult, but we are up for the challenge because we want to put Grenada on the map. We want to also export. So we're up for the challenge in terms of getting raw materials. So I'll take this opportunity to urge local farmers, persons that have trees in their backyard, reach out to us, let us know like the produce you have on offer, and we'll definitely support. So that has been an experience in and of itself. It taught me a lot in terms of business, negotiation, how to get organized. This session in particular, on quality and documentation, quality assurance and documentation, it was really helpful because in my business, I strive on producing quality. And that is reflected in the taste, it's reflected in the packaging. But it also has to be reflected in documentation. It also has to be reflected in the process of making my product. And all throughout the process of business, whatever it might be. And that is one thing that has encouraged me. I want to offer quality from start to finish. And it makes things easier as we grow, as we try to serve a larger customer base. Having that quality, knowing that our customers are safe from what we produce and they can taste the quality, not only in the safety, but quality in the experience of the food, smell, taste, how it looks. Everything must be reflective of a quality product. So that's one thing that has gotten me excited about the process. And I'm encouraging other agro-processors out there. See this as a way to help you seamlessly grow, but also as a marketing tool that you can someday put a badge of certification related to quality on your product, and people can know for sure that you're offering and you follow good procedure and they're actually getting something of quality. So there's multiple ways to look at it, but I'm encouraging other people involved in the sector to take advantage of platforms like this. Most of the major supermarkets island-wide have them. So all of the Calicos, all of the Andals, IGA, Food Fair Granance, Shop and Save, Food Fair, I mentioned Food Fair Granance, but most of those supermarkets have them. Some supermarkets, we're trying to get them on board, and we encourage them to come on board, and we encourage the public also to support us on this endeavor. We definitely put in the quality, and we want you to be part of that experience as well too. So look for our products. It's easy to identify. So go ahead and try them and have that experience. So you can find us on Facebook, Ignite Flavors on Facebook, or at Ignite Flavors on Instagram. We have a growing community, and we want you to be part of that community as well.
Yes, indeed, I want to commend that young man and his team for embarking upon this whole production, using our local stuff to make these products or sauce. The mango sauce, the tamarind sauce. I mean, that's really, really good because, mangoes, when it's in season, they just fall and spoil. And the major challenge for these small businesses is really storage. Because remember, these things are seasonal. You got to have storage. When it's plentiful, it's plentiful. So you have to be able to store it and use it when the time comes to keep your production line, going to produce consistently and supply the market. So thumbs up to you, my brother, and I wish you all the best. That is why I'm saying there are people who are innovating, there are people who are doing things. While the NNP and the surrogates and pundits, they're out there complaining, they're out there grinding and groaning. I mean, they train them to be dependent, they train them to be beggy, they train them to be out there scrunting more or less. And there are things right in front of them or in their backyard that they can actually do things with and make money and survive. But boy, oh boy, it's what it is. It's what it is. My good friend Utrice Henry said she would love to meet this young man. I know Utrice, I know you have a business out there too in the United States. And I think he gave his Facebook contact, right? And Instagram contact. So if you go back and listen to the program, and I know you would do that, if you go back and you listen to it on another timing, you'll be able to hear because he gave his contact out so you can follow up and maybe you can get some of his products in your outfit. All right, because I think you're in restaurant, you have a restaurant or that kind of food outfit out there in the United States, so it's a good thing. It's a really good thing. All right. I wonder if that young man need an investor. Right, good. So Akim, we wonder if that young man needs an investor. So maybe Akim could be an investor in that company. All right, nice. Let us listen to our beloved Prime Minister at this point, speaking to national security and the young people.
We have to go right back, in my view, to the question of family values, how people are socialized, how they're brought up, right? So values of hard work, conflict resolution, being able to talk through your differences, being able to sing through your differences, or perhaps play drama or have access to sports, to community initiatives, to some element of mentoring, right? To also resisting this idea that materialism is the basis upon which you judge success, right? Because in many instances, a lot of what happens is people are driven to think that having things makes you valuable or successful. And so sometimes in that pursuit, people then do almost anything to get things. Because what is viewed as success is the bigger house, the bigger car, the bigger TV, the more clothes, etc., which are all superficial things. So part of that has to be addressed as well. So it is not going to be, in my mind, by the time the police is involved, it's too late. So in order to keep Grenada a safe place, it requires us to really focus on, in my view, the first 15 to 18 years of people's lives and the socializing and the upbringing that happens. If we don't do that, it will always be too late, because then we're dealing with the police and we're dealing with the prison systems and so on. Of course, it doesn't mean that when it is too late that we give up and we don't have robust policing, that we don't have progressive sentencing or prison policies that will seek to rehabilitate and get persons back in the community. Or if someone makes one mistake, that we don't give them the opportunity to be re-employed and reintegrated into society. We need all of that. But I'm saying from a more sustainable perspective, the focus has to be on ensuring that before people are 18, that they socialize properly, that they have a sense of value, they have a sense of recognizing that they are part and parcel of the community, and so they don't feel marginalized. But in terms of short-term interventions, we have to be able to go to some of the trouble areas in Grenada and be able to treat with a lot of the young men and women who feel marginalized, who may be unemployed, whose voices are not being heard. And that requires all of us. It requires the churches and the leadership of the church to move out of the physical building of the church on a Sunday and go into the communities during the week. It requires us as politicians to be able to go to those communities and sit and hear what these people have to say, how they view society has treated them or not treated them, and what do they think are some of the interventions that are required. It requires us to tackle this issue of alcoholism, right? Many of these what I call opportunistic violent incidents occur where people drink rum, they start cussing one another, they fight with one another. So we have a lot of some of those instances that are happening in a sense in the underbelly of the communities, and we have to be able to tackle them. We see people with mental illnesses, walking around in the communities, etc., etc. We're not taking care of them. We're not helping them. And then sometimes when they really get sick or they become violent, we then call the police, and it's an altercation between them and the police. Somebody gets hurt, and then it leads to more violence. So I'm saying those are the challenges and the problems we have that requires, and that's part of the reason for having the National Security Council. Because it isn't something that we can do without having, in a sense, an institution that is going to lead that is non-political, right? And that is a state institution that is dedicated to constantly talking about public safety and public security.
Right. So that was our beloved Prime Minister there speaking to national security and what we must do to curb the increase in criminality. All right. So at this point, I want to play a little piece from the Chief Dental Officer. They have World Oral Health Day coming up, and they're inviting you to be a part of it.
Hello, public servants. Wednesday, 28th March is World Oral Health Day. And this time, we're doing things different by looking after your health needs. Yes, your health matters too. So let's kickstart the day with positive intentions. Remember, it's not selfish to prioritize your health. It's necessary because when you're healthy, you can conquer anything. So mark your calendars and be sure to come check out our exclusive Public Servants Fair on Wednesday, 20th March from 11 a.m.
Come get your free dental examination, blood pressure screening, blood sugar screening, cholesterol test, nutritional advice, dental giveaways, and lots more.
This activity is organized by the Dental Department, the Community Health and Health Promotions Departments, with support from Brighton and Miners, Budget Food Incorporated, Hills and Valley Pharmacy, and the Sandals Foundation. Hello, public servants. Wednesday, 28th March is World Oral Health Day. And this time, we're doing things different by looking after your health needs. Yes, your health matters too. So let's kickstart the day with positive intentions. Remember, it's not selfish to prioritize your health. It's necessary because when you're healthy, you can conquer anything. So mark your calendars and be sure to come check out our exclusive Public Servants Fair on Wednesday, 20th March from 11 a.m.
Come get your
Right. So, I wanted to know where. So, it's for the public servants, so all public servants at the ministerial complex. And that's tomorrow from 11 a.m. All right. From 11 a.m., World Oral Health Day. So, they have something for public servants. And that's a good thing. Encouraging all the public servants to go there and be a part of that. All right. Let us look at another person who is doing well with local products, local, fruits and so on.
I'm Ron from Ron Beard Caribbean Rum, and we produce rum liqueurs naturally infused with all local fruits and ingredients. So we have a variety of flavors, and 9 flavors, 2 cocktails from the liqueurs. So they've all are infused naturally with all local fruits and ingredients from the island, all locally produced. We've been around 2 years now. We've won international awards in the UK for the liqueurs and stuff. So if you haven't tasted it, please do. It's very smooth. They vary in all alcohol percentages according to the fruits that we infuse it with. They all have different levels of alcohol and they're very smooth. So, well, the idea came about with the
wastage of fruits that we have on the island, and something to do and utilize the amount of fruits being wasted on the island. And everyone drinks. I drink. I enjoy drinking and stuff. So what better than infusing it with natural fruits as opposed to artificial flavorings and ingredients and so on. So basically, we purchase the fruits from the farmers locally here. We go out, we have contacts with certain farmers for specific fruits and bring it back to the factory, and we then go through a filtration process and add simple syrup and create a liqueur. So basically, yeah, that's basically it, really, and spices and stuff. So each one is a different procedure with how we go about it. Well, it's very creative for us because we have a ton of other flavors we want to launch also too, because we're currently experimenting and would like to expand the line, but there's only so much we could do at a time. But it's a creative process for us, my partner and myself. So it's a creative process, and we enjoy very much producing the flavors, and they have more to come. So look out for some other interesting flavors to come. So
what are some of your challenges as an agriculturist?
Challenges, I would say, for us is sourcing some of the fruits also too, because it's very seasonal. So even right here, we don't have the flavor pineapple, ginger, moringa at the moment, because pineapple is very seasonal once a year. So that's one of the major challenges. Also, importation of packaging, bottles, labels sometimes, because we tried locally, they can't keep up. So it's a bit of a challenge, but we have systems in place to deal with it now as we gain more experience. So.
And where do you want to see this in the near future?
Well, we want to see it globally, because we already have international recognition and a lot of interest throughout Europe and stuff. So we definitely see ourselves exporting before the end of 2024. So we're looking forward to that, as we currently now ramping up production and stuff to then to start exporting.
So folks, there are people doing things or doing stuff, right? I want to say doing stuff, not just doing things, but doing stuff in this place with our fruits and our vegetables and other things like that, creating opportunities for our people. And they're attracting investments, they're attracting local support, regional support, international support, and they are getting the recognition out there for quality. Because, Grenada can't push quantity, but Grenada could push quality. You have to know your niche. You have to know what you're strong in. Grenada is about quality over quantity. Over time, you may rise to a certain level in terms of the amount you produce. But once you have quality stuff, people will come for it. I say to friends, if you're cooking well, right, people will come all in Grande Tang to get it. So you could move from Tong, they will come to Grande Tang to get it. But if your cooking is not too good, then it might just be right in front of people and they would not even buy it. You see? So I'm saying quality over quantity every day. And while I'm on that, my last event here at my place, for some strange reason, the feedback I got from some people who purchased the food is that there was some spoilage, because some of the food was cooked pretty early and with coconut and other things like that. And there was some spoilage from some people, a number of people, and I do apologize for that, right? And even the people who actually prepared the stuff, they too acknowledge that with the feedback that they received. I had a birthday event here, and it's not really usual. Those things don't happen at my place generally. So I do apologize for that to the people who purchased and may have experienced that. In fact, I decide when I'm doing my next event I will be the only person cooking. All right? Because I'm very good at what I do, generally speaking. So the next event that I do, I will be the only person cooking, preparing the stuff right here on spot. So that will be avoided and the taste will be maintained. So again, I do apologize for the disappointment there, but it's a one-time thing, right? You know, sometimes when people try to prepare stuff pretty early and with nature, you know, the sun and so on, it can cause spoilage. All right, so I do apologize. Some people are okay because they got it pretty early, but there are those who got it thereafter and it was not, you know, what they expected. So I do apologize for that. Also know that there is a mission coming to Grenada, the Free Eye Clinic. You may have heard about that, and they will be in Grenada from Monday. So Monday, March the 25th to Monday, 26, 27, 28. So Monday to Wednesday, 25th, 26, 27, to Thursday, 28th. So Monday next week to Thursday, they will be here at the Youth Center Montrouge. Free eye exams, free eye care medications as needed, free reading and sunglasses as needed. Supported by Roy Vincent in partnership with the, in partnership with the Alliance of Jamaican and American Humanitarians. All right, AOJAH. So remember, it starts, they give the time, you know. Let me get the time. They actually give the time it starts. So let me get the time for you, so at least you know. Actually give the time. I think it's very early. Very early o'clock. On the fly itself, I'm not seeing the time. But it did send the time for me. But you know, these days I have to clean my phone with so many messages. Some people sent me birthday greetings and so on, and only this morning I finish telling them thanks. Because the amount of people, sometimes it takes a whole 2-3 days to do that, right? So in and between I will. So, but it did send me the time. Trust me on that one. All right. So again, things are happening. People are doing things, and we are happy to see things are happening on the ground. The NNP will continue to complain. They will grind, they will groan, but who cares really? You can't please them. You have a billionaire who came to Grenada to buy a villa and end up on Calivini Island, and he turned the thing around there. And he's now talking about how wonderful Grenada is.
The island of Grenada is known to have attracted thousands of visitors to its shores every year, some of whom have returned to make it their home. One such individual is George Cohen. He has created his own little haven, nestled in the southeastern end of Grenada, the picturesque Calivini Island. It is now 24 years since this billionaire and his wife bought the 84-acre island, which at the time was nothing but bare land. Coming from humble beginnings in France, George Cohen worked his way to the top. He fell in love with the island during one of their visits to Grenada. It took this magnate 13 years to develop what has now become the magnet of the Caribbean, attracting some of the world's elites to one of the world's most beautiful private islands.
I came on Grenada in 2000, just before 2000, 1999. I came to visit a villa or to be able to buy a house, you know, close to the sea. And finally, this island was to be sold. So we visited, and in 5 minutes I fell in love and bought it. Beginning, you know, the plan was to make a beach house, small. But every time I was coming here, every year I used to come, every time I was wanting to add something, and finally we made what is there.
Calavini Island now has swimming pools, a tennis court, gym, restaurant, hotel, and a farm, among other amenities. The level of comfort the billionaire, his wife, and guests enjoy in Grenada is attributed to the Grenadian people.
The safety, the atmosphere that we got here, I don't know if it's due to your religion or to the habit of the country, of the population, but it is so good. Not like the other country of Caribbean, I have to say. The Grenadians are always smiling, always welcoming, you know, and always a sense of humor, you know.
Over 90% of staff on the island are locals, some of them being employed since its inception. A trained team, Cohen said he is both proud of and comfortable with.
I can say is I realize that since the beginning of the interview, I'm talking about the locals, the Grenadian, and like me if I was not Grenadian. But you're wrong. I'm Grenadian. I am Grenadian since 20 years. But I'm not only Grenadian because I got the citizenship, because I got the paper. The paper I don't care. I can throw it away. The paper I don't care at all. It's in my heart. It's here. I spend most of my time here on Grenada because I love this country. And I'm so proud, not because I made the Calavini or I set up properly Secretary. I'm not proud about that. I'm proud that I have a team, more than 100 people, which are working with me since more than 20 years, some of them. They're all very loyal and they've been treated correctly, you know.
The business tycoon is encouraging self-sufficiency among Grenadians as one of the viable methods he has implemented and a healthier choice.
I have to admit it's not my decision, it's the decision of my wife. She was wanting to have, you know, food here which are organic. So all what we produce here is organic. And we provide to Secret Harbor all the vegetable, eggs. We provide a certain number of food to Secret Harbor coming from Calavini. We have a kind of a small farm here, but totally organic. Cost a lot, but it's very good to eat.
Having attracted some of the wealthiest people in the world to his island paradise, Cohen has contributed immensely to Grenada's tourism product. Apart from Calavini Island, he's also the owner of the Secret Harbor Hotel. So from the Calavini Island, where our news crew has been given a grand tour of the empire that Mr. Cohen has built and established and has become well known for over 20 years, I am Christelina John.
Yes, so Christelina John, GBA News there. That's a good piece. It's a good piece because you have people out there who crying down Grenada and they're Grenadians, right? Because they support a party and their party not in power, so they want bad things to befall this country. But here you have a gentleman who came here and he became a Grenadian, invest a whole, heaping set of money, and the island was privately owned before. So it's not that some government sell it to him, but it was privately owned before. All right? But he developed the island. He has Secret Harbor and employing a good amount of people. That's good. That's great. All right? But he's talking about how beautiful this place is, how peaceful this place is. And we have Grenadians who are crying down our country. Every day they complaining, grinding and groaning because they support a political party and the party is not in power. They're bitter, they're angry, they're sour. All right? So, to the folks who are inquiring about the next event in August or close to August, I will tell you the date of that event because it's an annual event. Remember, I had it a year ago, so I'm doing it again. Remember also the 15th of May will mark 10 years since I have been on air. 10 years since I have been doing this. The 15th of May. 10 years is a lot, boy. A whole decade, you know. So we are in March, then you have April, and then you have May. So on the 15th of May, it will mark 10 years since I have been on air doing this. All right? And I'm planning something. I will let you know. Because 10 years is a huge milestone. Anyhow you look at it. Anyhow you look at it. 10 years serving the people is a huge milestone. A huge one indeed. So May the 15th will mark 10 years. And May the 15th will be what day? It will be a Wednesday. A Wednesday. All right? It will be a Wednesday. So again, saying it's a huge milestone, and I hope to mark it with something, to do something on that day, even if it's Wednesday, and I will let you know. I will let you know. This is a very big thing for me. Forget about my birthday. Forget about the days when I had different activities. But 10 years of being on radio, on social media, fighting this battle, it was not easy. And it's still not easy. But it's something that I will, I have to do something for that day. I must do something for that day. All right? So I will let you know. I will let you know. And I hope you can support whatever I do on that day. All right? On that day. 10 years. That's a huge milestone. All right? Yeah, man. 10 years. So, and then the annual event, I'll let you know because there are people who want to plan in advance for that event, the annual event, coming closer to Carnival. Coming closer to Carnival. So I want to wish you all the best today, right? Love Grenada, defend Grenada, stand up for Grenada every time, defend our beloved Prime Minister every time, anywhere, promote the good things that our government is doing every time, anytime, everywhere. It is important, very important that you do that. All right? So again, I'm saying Grenada belongs to all of us. Grenada belongs to all of us. And we must work overnight to protect it, to build it, to make it better. Every day, every time. And no matter those on the other side would attack, they would say X, they would say Y. But we have to drown them out with positivity. We have to silence them with positivity, with good news, with good things. That is all we have to do, you know. And once we do that, we're good to go. Once we do that, we're good to go. All right? So, folks, I want to wish you all the best. Take good care. I will be back with you tonight in the hub, starting from 8 in the PM and going on till 9. All right?